Customize. Base of the Superstar Co. Exhibition. Ultimate Team. Franchise. Franchise pop-up menu. You have 3 options. Continue playing is selected. Entering. Pop-up. Resume.
Suited up, you kicking up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the NFL on EA Sports from Oakland, California. It's Raider football as we get back into the action in the first quarter. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Interception.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss.
Yep.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. JoJo Natson back deep for the Rams.
Go, JoJo.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
See if we can get Gurley going.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. That good for 22 and a 1st down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Yeah.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Yeah. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask.
Thank you kindly.
Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Take them extra yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
It has like 25 yards.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And some room to maneuver.
Oh, shit.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Let's see how they come back. They didn't do too bad last season.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The first carry now for Doug Martin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
He has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Natson.
Go, Joe.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
See what Goff got.
First throw now for the backup Bortles.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds.
Goff ain't in because it's preseason.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, LA. Josh Reynolds, 56 yards. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points.
I might have to redo
As a
this.
former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Zerline now for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Yes, sir.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
I'll kick it to the back of the field.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Oh, right at the goal line.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Glennon hit. He loses the football. It's out.
Shit.
And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Fights free yet again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Brown, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Preseason is usually a lot easier than regular season.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on 1 finger. They've only given him the rock 1 time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. On the ground, Richard. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now they're not close to the 1st down.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Bortles and the Rams going to come up on a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down. Well, Henderson is a junior at Memphis last year, better than 1,900 yards, had 25 total touchdowns. They drafted him in the 3rd round in an effort to try to give Todd Gurley some support in a backup role. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
So,
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football.
Run for you, but it's not that great. I'll always run on my own, because you can feel rumbles. If you have the assist on, you can feel the rumbles. But when you go through the line, when you need to hit boost,
one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando. The
someone's about to try to tackle
he'll
him.
have stats
So you
and
time it
scores
all
from around the
perfectly, and you
NFL.
can
He
break
and Jonathan
tackles
Coachman
and all
both
kinds of
larger
stuff.
than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Get it.
On the draw, this is Henderson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Normally, that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait to 2nd or 3rd down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
2nd down, it's Henderson. Fights through, and now a crease.
There you
The
go.
20. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 38 yards on the scamper there.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Too bad none of
they've
this
got the
really
cushion.
matters
This
since
half
it's
has been
preseason.
theirs. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was all polished off by Darrell Henderson's touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Good kick.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Mike Glennon now and the rest of this offense heading back out. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Glennon. He completes it to Nelson. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This one of 3 games on this Saturday night to wrap up this first week of the 2019 preseason. Apart from our game, we've got the Bengals and Chiefs also at halftime at Arrowhead, and just underway across the bay in Santa Clara, it's the Cowboys and the 49ers. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
It's going to be on offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Okay, ready? Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Here we go, get it.
Now it's Henderson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Henderson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Broken tackle. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
we go, here we go. 50, plant. 55. Here we go, here we go. Get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Henderson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They run once more with Henderson. And he breaks through another tackle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Ready, ready.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give for Henderson running to the right. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Twist. Bang, 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 bang. Joker.
On 2nd down, it's Henderson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Now Bortles. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Right.
Josh Reynolds ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Good kick.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On first down, Richard, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Glennon. They were trying to get it to DeAndre Washington. And it's 3rd down.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now Glennon. It's caught. Nelson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Oh. Yep.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Holding on the offense.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
I'm coming after you.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Check 55 to Mike. No gain on this shit.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, L.A. Malcolm Brown ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that will extend this big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
On 2nd and 9, Glennon. There's a short little toss to Carrier. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Complete to Washington. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Glennon now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first, this from 41. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This one fielded at the 5. And another tackle broken. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the carry is Henderson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down.
Thought about changing up the chart and bringing Gurley back in, but
so it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Henderson. And he's brought down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
At the Raiders' 4-yard line. Yo, 5.
Right back to Brown. And he will get into the end zone.
I think Henderson got hurt.
Another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Dwayne Harris, the intended target, but it'll be second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. They're hauling it in, Nelson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 19. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll drop the throw. His throw incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first.
Yeah.
But at least it's 4th down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Caught by Nelson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis.
Damn.
I'm Brandon Gaudin.
5
And this has been a
yards away from the
presentation of the
touchdown at the end of the
NFL
game.
on EA Sports.
Terrible.
For more, check us
The
out
Raiders.
at easports.com.
So that's
With that, we
preseason
say
game
good night
1.
from Oakland.
Post-game report player stats.
Was a massacre, as I expected it to be. This is preseason, doesn't really matter. and you don't have any of the stars that are usually out on the teams. So
Score summary. Player
So
stats.
we'll keep this going into preseason week 2 next week and see who we gotta face then.
Score summary.
Tab, 5 of 8. Communication tab, 6 of 8.
But
Chats,
until
button, 1 of 4.
then,
System tab, 8 of 8. App and system mode. Capture and share tab, 7 of 8.
I'll
Record what
catch
happened.
y'all
Start recording.
later.
Capture screenshot. Button. 3 of 7. Broadcasting. Live on Mixer. Button. 4 of 7. Overlay 1. Window. Stop broadcast. Button.